Good morning. Now, as principal said, let us start our work. That is to create a good youth. So today, in continuation of the last class, we had discussed that is how to go about Google Forms, and in that form we created a registration form, quiz, and also the feedback form. Also discussed about how to go about creating a link through that and how to send it to the people and how to get a response from them. And also we discussed how to transfer the data from the response to the Excel. I hope most of you tried that. You can just give me some response. Have you tried in your system?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We tried.
Okay. I hope it is a. You can respond through the chat box. I think I have received a few links from the staff, and I think someone said yes. Okay, if you have not tried, I think you can try again. As I said, it is a very simple process, and you can work on that. Any kind of difficulties, we are there to help you. Okay, now, so the next step is to conducting a class. Normally, we say it is a meeting. Meeting, where many people are joining together in a one kind of a room. In technically, we call it as a meeting room. Even in our, technically also in the system also we say we are going to create a meeting room. And as you all know that individual room has a lock. So when you want to get into the room, we need to have some kind of a key. So that key only we call it as a meeting ID. When you create a meeting or a class, when you are inviting other people to come in, so we need to create something called a meeting ID. This is common in all the tools, whether you use Google Meet or whether you use Zoom, whether we use webinar, whether WebEx. There are lots of tools are there, you must be knowing. So wherever you are using, you need to have something called meeting ID. So now today we will just see how to go about creating a meeting or creating a classroom. Staff, can you hear me? You can respond through chat box. Is the
Yes,
audio is clear?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So why I say is today we are trying that the entire session is a recording. We have started recording that session. We hope how it is going to come at the end. Just for the sample we are trying. So we'll also going to tell you that how to record your entire session. There's an option we found that also we are going to share today at the end of the class. Okay, now. So normally when you create a, before that I'll just share my screen. Yes. Okay. Okay. I hope all of you can see the screen, which just I shared. Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, see, normally when you're creating a classroom, there are two types of ways are there. One is that is to create a kind of a spot meeting or a emergency class, whatever we may say. We just create a kind of a meeting and we'll inform the people that the meeting is going to start or a class is going to start after 10 minutes. So this is the first option is there. The next option where you can we can also create a scheduled meeting. So scheduled meeting or scheduled classroom. For example, today is 21st. So 26th, I'm going to conduct a kind of a class. So what I can do is I can schedule that particular class today itself. That also we are going to discuss. So I will show you both, and these two I will show you through our normal Gmail ID. I hope you understood. Normal Gmail ID is what we have. All of us are having with the Gmail account. That I am going to show you. The same process I'm going to show you with the G Suite account, which each and every department going to have it maybe from today evening onwards. There also. You may ask what is the difference between the normal Gmail account and a G Suite account. In G Suite account, we have little extra options, like as I said, now there is the option where you can record your video, means the entire session. That option is available only with the G Suite, which is not available in our normal Gmail ID. Okay, let us see now how to go for a meeting. There is a normal meeting, means like a spot meeting or a emergency meeting. So what you can do is, now, particularly during this particular time, that Google is enabled an extra option in our mailbox itself. So you just log in with your Gmail account. When you come to the Gmail account, your mailbox, in the beginning, there is in the left side, you can see that along with your inbox, STAD, something is there. The next you can find something called start a meeting. So we use this option, start a meeting. So I click on this. So there are something called start a meeting, join a meeting. I hope most of you have used join a meeting, just what you have done now. So we are going to create a start a meeting. So I click start a meeting. When you click start a meeting, where you can see a box, the option will be opened. Okay. I'll just share once again. I'll tell you, because this is the problem we may also face. I'll just share it once again, please. Yes. So when you click on the start a meeting, okay, 1 minute. Yes, so when we go for it, we will find out this kind of a screen. In the beginning, if you are having a mobile, if you are having a camera in our system, you will find out with audio, video, both. Then you can decide whether you want a video for your session. You can just log in as it is, or you think no, video is don't want. So you can, as you are doing, you can do that. Then this mic also you can mute if you want. And here there's something called the join now. So when you click join now, it will take you to the screen. where you can see the there is a message, share this info with people you want in the meeting. So this is something you have to give it to others. So normally when you give, you can see the meeting ID, always the Google meeting ID will be having like this, no, the last few letters, like you'll have a 3 alphabet, 1 hyphen, 4 alphabet, 1 hyphen, 3 alphabets. So that alone you can type, and along with that you can also type the entire option. Means you're starting from https ://meet.google.com/ that code you can type. And there's an option where you can copy also you can do, and this you will be sending to other people. So now I think, okay, since you are already there in the meeting, you cannot do this again anyway. So once you copy and you send to others, so what will happen, using that code they will join. So when you join, see, normally we have in Google Meet there's something called host and present. Two options will be there. Hosting is nothing but the person who is starting the meeting will be called as a hosting. And once you come with the code, you can type a code and you click join, ask to join. Then here in the host part, we have to accept your request. This way, sometime what will happen? No, you will be waiting for some time. You say no, I'm continuously trying. No one is there to accept like that. So we have to accept it. Only there will be two options. There is something called deny and accept. Deny and accept. So you may be thinking, no, in some meeting, I don't know. You see, you want a particular person not to come inside, so you can go for deny. You can say deny, but mostly we accept it. So when you click accept only, you will be coming inside the room, meeting room. This is something we call as a hosting part. So I hope you understood. Hosting is nothing but from which system you are starting a meeting, we call it as a hosting. Host system or hosting, the person who is hosting it, you have to accept it. Continuously you have to accept, and only by accepting it you can come inside. Okay, so the next is, as I said, you accept only, you will come inside the meeting room, so that then I hope you people, we know now, once you come inside, we send a message, some message we do, and and one thing we make sure that there won't be any disturbance, kind of a mic for your mic, because once you come with a disturbance, that will affect all the people. So that we can inform the people, you can mute your mic. Audio you can mute, so that when there is a need, we can just switch on you can activate the mic and we can speak also. So this is the first type, what I said, to join the meeting. This is the first type. So I hope you understood. The next one we will see how to go for a scheduled meeting. Okay, let me close this. I just go for we will see how to go for a scheduled meeting. Is something which you decide in advance. We can create all the classes, maybe whatever is going to come in the next week or next month, that can be created today itself. So I will show you that, because the same process only we have done when we had a last week when the departments were having the session. We have done it. So let us see how to go for it. Before that, I will share my presentation. I will also show you how to present our screen, because it is something which we have to carefully. Otherwise, the others cannot see our screen. I will show you that also. But now, once you come there, you click on that the 9 dots which was which is appearing before the sign sign out. That button is there. You click on that. When you click on that, you can go to calendar. There is an option called calendar. You go to calendar. So when you go to calendar, you can see in the screen the entire calendar screen will be open. And now I think some of you can see something is there on my screen with a blue highlighted area. there is nothing but which is already some of the meeting is planned. See, today I've planned for the meeting for training on Google Form. I just mentioned the time from 10:45 to 12:45. You can see that on the also screen. But today I just created, but I didn't use this. We are using a different ID with a different computer. That is something called a host system. The system what I am using, it is a presenting the system. So I'll tell you what is the difference. And now after going to this place, let us decide maybe in the next week sometime, 28th. That you can this in the left side there is dates are there. You can click on the date. You click on the date. Then 28th maybe by 11 o'clock there's a meeting or class I want to conduct for the students. So what I can do is I just go to 28th. Then the timing is there here. I said 11 o'clock. So there I click before the time because 11 o'clock only starting. So anyway, we will ask the students to come in 15 minutes before. So I click in between 10 to 11. You click on that. As I said, you can just click once or double click also. So now what happened? I have just double clicked that place, no, which is coming. That okay, it's coming. Okay, I hope all of you can see the screen, which is there. Okay, now first you're asking for the add title. So add title, we can give us some title for our meeting. This one, let me try once again. 28, 10, 11, title. Okay, maybe I want to conduct class on programming on C. So programming using C. So this is the title I'm giving. C maybe the class number 1, C1, and then it's asking for the date. Date is 28th only we are going to have, and but the session is going to be on 11 o'clock. So what I do, I just mention it here. 10:45. So we will start from 10:45 onwards. We want the students to come inside. So 10:45 a.m. to 11 to 12 is the time. So what I can do is we can give on a 15 minutes extra so that we can exceed. We can just have some questions like that at the end of the session. We cannot decide 12 o'clock, so we can make it as a 12:15 or 12:30. So I'll make it 12:15. So May 28, 10:45 to 11:15. I'm creating a meeting, and then there's something called event details. So in this place, it is asking add Google Meet video conferencing because we are going to host this particular classroom or a meeting using a Google Meet. So what I do is I just click once on this button. So when I click on that particular button, you can see here automatically the meeting ID will be generated. You can see a meeting ID there. You can see starting from meet.google.com/QMA YGM. So there's some thing will come, and also you can see there is up to 100 participants. So when you are trying from your normal Gmail ID and you create a kind of. So when you're creating it, so you can see it is for 100 participants only, and add location. So like location, it is from Kunnur, or you can type Providence College, our college name, or sometime you may plan from your home, whatever it is, because these things can be stored also. That's why they're asking all these details, and then asking for notification. So notification, for example, you may be thinking, that 28th by 10:45 there's a meeting starting, so you want some kind of a reminder to you maybe in the morning 9 o'clock. So 10:45 means 10 o'clock. So maybe 1 hour before you want some kind of a reminder. So you can make it 90 minutes, or there are 1 hour is there, or 1 day before, whatever you want you can select. So some kind of a reminder will come in your mobile or in your system. wherever the Google thing is configured. 90 minutes, so 1.5 hour before I want the thing, and add notification. It is some details you can give, and whether you want it in what color for that particular session. So you can decide, maybe for one subject you can give one color, another subject class you can give some other color. So it is for us to understand the various things. So I just go for red. And okay, then this add description, so we can type some information about our meeting. You can type it in this particular place. So this is this class, some message. This class is for first BCA. So first unit will be covered. A message based on your idea you can give. Yes. So once this is over, you just click on save. So when you do that, what will happen? This meeting is created now. So now you can see on the screen, training on Google Form. No, it's 28th. I said no. Okay, still I am in 21st, 28th. See, now you can see in the red color it has come. So now what we are going to do is we can send this to the students in advance. So how to send it? So I click on this class, the red color. I just click once. When you click once, you see all the details whatever you have given previously. See, this is programming using C1 first class, Thursday 28th, all this, and join with Google Meet. You can see along with the code also it will come here, and even if you want you can copy it also. Copy conference link, then the location, description, everything is appearing here. So after that you can go to mail. So I can send the meeting details to the students' mail. So I click email guest. So it is asking for the email. If we have students' mail IDs, that is you can type the email ID by using a comma like that you can give, and this is also a place where you can type the message. Some information can be given. So once you do that, you click send. See, let me try once now. I'll send to my ID only. Okay, I think Annie ma'am email ID I'm having, so I'll just try in that. Annie ma'am, I click on that email ID. Okay, then subject is programming using C1 only, and message try no. Open the session by 10:45 AM. So you want to convey the message that you ask the students to come with some notes, whatever it is, everything you can type here. So this is like an email. No, you're sending to the participants, and you click send. So when you do that, so now the mail is sent to the person. I think Annie ma'am, I think you can just check your mail whether it has come. Okay, so this is the process. This is the process involved in creating a scheduled meeting. Okay, so can you follow?
Yes, sir, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So that mail will be sent to the participants. So like that you can do it. So this is okay. This is the process. What I said, creating a meeting and creating a scheduled meeting. We are going to do it. Same using the Gmail ID. I explained the same thing you are going to do with the Google Suite user ID. That will be given. We will be sharing that on with all the HODs, department HODs. So they will be giving to the staff. So same process only. Whether you are whether you are using the normal Gmail and what do you call the G Suite user ID, both are same only. And as I said already, we have something called recording option, which is enabled only in the G Suite account. Okay, so I hope all of you can follow this. You can respond through chat box, please. Okay. So I think if you just try once, it will be easy. Okay. Now let us go for the next one, which is very, very important. That normally when we go for a teaching, we want some presentation to be appear on the screen, because normally we don't find we don't want the video of the person who is talking like that. So we want some presentation to be appear on the screen. So when you are doing this at present, we need to have two systems, no other go. Two system. Why we are telling is because see, now even we have a session now. See, in between some people are wanted to come. So when you are presenting, you cannot accept the people those are coming late. Concentrating both, it's very difficult. Maybe in few classes in the beginning, I think we can work together. Maybe two people can work. Maybe one is having a class, another one can control the host, and like that we can change the responsibility. Maybe few classes, but it is possible when, or we can, what we can do is we can inform the students strictly, saying that we will accept you only between 10:45 to 11 o'clock. So we will not accept you after we start the session. So when we do that, I think in one system you can do both. As I said, you are accepting the invitation and also presenting. But sometimes you feel no, some students are not coming regularly, they come little late. That time I think you need to have two systems. That only I am going to so now here today we are using a two system, where one is for hosting, accepting your request, another one for presenting. Okay, so now I will show you how to present your screen. So normally when you start with your meeting, you can see there's a one meeting you are having. You can see one window will appear. That window will it will look like this. I will show you the window. Normally when you go for the, yeah, I think, yeah. So now you can see one screen, which is in your mobile. Maybe I don't know, some of you may use your laptop, or some of you are using a mobile. You can see one screen. Now you can see with a yes, because now I have disabled my video. So now in between you see means I'm in the meeting window. It's a separate window. I'm there. So I enabled a video. Now you can see. I hope all of you can see with my video coming on the screen. In between you say don't want the video. You can see with your logo, means whatever you say, your name or whatever it is, the first letter will appear. Yes. Okay. Good. So now. Okay, this window you will be having by default when you're going for a meeting. So now I want to show a PowerPoint presentation to the students. So what I need to do is I need to open that first. Means before going to give your kind of what do you call presentation. No, starting your class, you make sure you open a PowerPoint file. So let me open a PowerPoint file. I think I've got one here. Okay, yes. Some departments only. Okay, anyway, I'll just open one PowerPoint which is there on my screen. I will show you, because now I'm just opening it. After that, I will show you how to bring it. Okay, now the PowerPoint window is open, and also make sure you bring your screen in a full screen. That is normally we call it as a slideshow view. That is very, very important. Otherwise, what will happen? You simply open your PowerPoint window and you share that. You will not see the screen fully, where you can see the slide and also the outline view. Both you can see on the screen. So you make sure before you are going to show, you make sure you are showing in a full screen. So that you by pressing F5 key, you can make the screen full. Okay, now I have got two windows. One is the PowerPoint window, and along with that, I've got slideshow window. So both I am having. So now what I do is, in that meeting window, you just come down in the bottom where you have your mic and you have a leave and you have a video. Along with that, the next you are having something called turn on captions. So this option is available when you click on this. When you speak, when you give a kind of a session, you can see whatever you speak, it will come on the screen. That is by using a turn on caption. So whatever you speak, it is going to come on the screen. That is the purpose we are using it. The next one is you are presenting. There is a very, very important, it is a button is available called you are presenting. You click on that. You click on that. There will be three options will appear. One is your entire screen. The first option is your entire screen. The second one is a window, and third one is a Chrome tab. Because normally we work with the Google Chrome or Firefox, whatever may be, that option will be there in the third one. So now what I do, I want to share my window. It is a one screen alone I want to share. So I go to a window. When I click on a window, it is asking which one you want to show. So now, as I said already, I have opened my PowerPoint and also I have got my full screen view. So that is, I select the full screen view only. I don't select the other one, PowerPoint window. So I will select that and I click share. Now it will come. Yes, I hope all of you can see in your screen the full view of the presentation. Yes. Okay. I think you can see, your full screen. It has come on the thing. Now you can do it. And now we may have another kind of clarification or a doubt. What we can do is, in case you are connecting using your laptop, you are at home. You are at home. From home, you wanted to give a presentation. So you have some kind of a clarifications. Whether you're not sure whether your screen only is coming on the out, it's going out like that. What you can do is you can also connect your mobile. So using the same meeting ID, you connect using your mobile. That mobile you can keep it next to you. So if you do that, you will know. See, now when you are using one system for output, you can see on the out whether the same only is going or any other window is going. Like that, you can confirm it. This is when you are at home. Actually, only by this you can do, or you can ask the students, as I'm doing now. You can ask the students whether you are seeing the full screen, presentation, whatever may be, that you have to ask continuously. Okay. So the practical difficulties what we found, I will tell you. If you are not using the shared window for a few minutes, we have just tried with 5 minutes or 10 minutes. What is happening is automatically it is going back to the first window. Means that shared window will be deactivated. So make sure you are working with the window continuously. So you do something, maybe you go to next slide, you go to previous slide, something you do with the shared window. If you're not doing it, that will become deactivated. Again you have to share. Maybe sometime when you're conducting, when we are in the meeting, we used to say, no, now the screen is not appearing. So the presenter, what he has to do, he has to cancel, stop sharing. He has to do stop sharing. Then again he has to go to the window, meeting window. In that meeting window, again he has to go for present now window. and then again you select a window and click share. So this part will sometime it will happen, because so we have to just to cross check. Now I didn't open that full screen, so that I said no, just a window which was opened, you can see it on the screen. So this is the whatever you want to present. I showed you example with the what do you call the PowerPoint presentation, or maths department you want to show something using the one application, one tool where you want to draw something and show that, that can be shared. Or someone you wanted to show that you want to draw a picture using a paint, and that has to be done. So you open a paint, and but make sure it's already opened. That is very important. So whether you are using a video, whatever you want to use, make sure you opened, it is already opened on your screen, then you can do this. So the only this is the thing we find. I hope can able to follow. Okay, I think you can respond through chat box. Yes, many are responding. Okay, good. So now, okay. So this is, as I said, normally using our Gmail account. Now I will show you one example with our G Suite account. With that, I think we may close the session, or any doubts also you can ask. So let me come out. So Google, I'll close it. Okay, I think I just wanted to give you the what do you call that mail I sent. No, I said the mail which was sent after we create a meeting. Yeah, yes, so you can see now. So when you're sending once you create a meeting room using the calendar, or you set a schedule and you send to any people, one copy will come to you automatically. That is by, see, now I have received one mail in my mailbox. See, I click on that, you can see everything in this place. So whatever it was decided, title and everything, we will be having it. Using this, we can connect it when we have a session on that particular day. This by default one copy you will get it in your mailbox. So this is the, I just want to show you. Okay, let me come out from this. I will show you using a Google G Suite account how to go about it. Okay, so let
Shiva, can you hear me? No audio.
Sister, we can hear you. Here it is disconnected. We are connecting it, sister.
Okay, okay. You can just tell them. Many are not able to hear. Okay.
Now we can hear.
Okay, now anyone can replay. I hope now it has come. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a kind of problem may happen. No, this is something technically this kind of problem can come. So the basic thing is from where you are presenting or hosting, you must have a proper net connection. For the students, no need. No need means like normally, we may ask them to come with only video, let them disable, and this one audio. So for them, they'll have little net is enough. But from where you are hosting, we must have a good net connection. Otherwise, the audio or whatever maybe it will not reach to the people. Okay, now, as I said, we will go. I'll show you how to go to the G Suite account. Okay. So now let us see how to work with our G Suite account. So G Suite account is very simple. But today evening you will receive your G Suite account, which is a little changed. Can you hear me? Is the audio coming out?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so the departments, all the 7 departments, you will have your own ID. That is by, it will be like this. For example, let us see history department. You will have history at providencecnr.org. So this is your user ID, and the password will be given to you. So like that, 7 departments we will have a ID, and the 8th one, because why I'm telling you is in this G Suite education version, we can create only 10 accounts. So this we are doing, and the 8th one is going to be for the language. So all the language will come under one ID. So we have a Tamil, Hindi, French. So all the 3 together you will get one ID. And then there's another one we are using for the admin, and one will be there, and that we will decide that will be used for one purpose. So we can create only 10 IDs, so that this is going to be like that. So how to use that? Okay, using that ID, you go to the normal Gmail account only. When we go to the Gmail account, again it asks for the normal, what do you call username. Username is going to be your, for example, history at providencecnr.org. That's your username. You have to type fully. Normally, when we use a Gmail, we type only username, it will accept. But now we have to type fully using our domain name, and the password which is given to you, that you have to type in the thing. So once you do that, you click OK. You can see the screen now. I hope all of you can see the screen. It will come like this. Now here we have many mails, because I think we have used. So now I am using our computer science department ID. So it will be like this. No, you will find out same thing only. Like normally Gmail account, what you see, the same screen you find out here. And other difference I'll show you. When you in the right top corner, a normal account, if you go, there you find only our the starting letter. You click there, you can sign out and everything can be done. But here you can see there is something called G Suite. That is the name showing here. So like this it will come. So G Suite you will find out here. And next you click on that 9 buttons, no, the small things are there. In this place you go, there will be many options. Compared to your what you call the normal Gmail account, here you will find 1 or 2 app, Google app will be there extra that you can just have a look, how to go for it. And the other difference, what I said, forms. So we were created last session when I was teaching that in your Gmail, normal Gmail account, you will not find forms in this particular place. But since we are using a G Suite account, you see, find out the forms here itself. In this place itself, you will find out. In normal, we went to that Google Drive. From there, we accessed the forms. But in G Suite, you have a forms here itself. By clicking on that, you can do your work. And the same thing only, you have 1 or 2 options are extra that you can spend little time and see what is there in that. You can do it. There's a facility from where you can start your go to YouTube. Many things are there anyway. So now let us go for Meet. I just start from here only. So when I click there, again, as I said already, in case you have already planned a meeting today, means there is something called scheduled meeting will appear. But now today nothing scheduled today. So we are not scheduled anything for today. So I just go for join or start a meeting. So when I click again, as I said, it will ask for the what do you call the meeting ID. So meeting ID you have to give, and you click continue. So it will be continue. Or you have created, means you type here and you start a meeting, or you already code is there, you can type and you continue. So it will join. That you will find out. And next, okay, now for example, I came inside. I'm inside the classroom. So what I can do is in the same place, in G Suite, when you come here, you click on this particular place, the last one. I said something about you are presenting, no? The next button, there will be a three dots will be there in that corner, right corner. There will be three dots. When you click on that, so you'll have few options here. In that now meeting here is being recorded. So now since already we started, no, you'll find otherwise there is something called start recording. One option will be there, start recording, but this start recording will be available only with the G Suite. Normal Gmail account, you will not find this. So now we have enabled, we found some options are there. It is enabled now. So you'll find something called starting with the start recording. So when you want to, okay, now you decide, no, I want to start my session. So you click on that, you start. And then when you click on that, one small dialog box will appear with 2 options. There's something with, what do you call, 2 options, but there's one option called accept. You click accept. Once you do that, you find out, now I think I hope all of you can see there's something called REC. There's an option is available in your screen. Means it is recording. The recording is going on, so that you'll find out. So like that it will come, and once you complete, see now the session is over like that. That can be, you can stop recording. So you use both hosting, presenting, both. If you are using in one system, you can control that. But now here what is happening is host is in a separate system. I am presenting, so the host has to stop recording. Once the session is over, host means from where we have started the session, from which system you have started recording, that system has got the facility, he has to do it. Once you stop the recording, what will happen? A copy of that recorded file will be stored inside the drive, Google Drive of that particular account. So once you stop recording, you go inside that Google Drive, where you find that that 9 dots are there. Then you click Google Drive. So when you click there, you can see the recorded file. Once you stop, that recorded file will appear in this particular screen. but now we don't have anything. I think I've got one in this place somewhere. No. So it will come in this drive. You can see the file, and also a copy of that video will be sent to your mail ID. You will find out one mail in your inbox, which will have the video which was recorded early. Okay, so I think you see the answer there. I think Bula ma'am asking for a thing. No, it is something good. So ma'am asking whether the students can do anything. No, we see only the control will be with the host. Host means from who is creating a meeting ID, from which system you are accepting the participants. Only that system will have control of pause the record, stop the record. Everything is there. If you go inside, you will find out. You can pause for a little time, then you can start. That option also available, or you want to go continue recording also, you can do it. So this is something connected to recording. This is there only with the G Suite account. Okay, I hope I think I've just explained everything to you. So this is the process of conducting a meeting or a class. So once when we try with this, I hope we will get some kind of idea. And also I will show you something in that three dots I said, no, which is available on the screen. Then there is something called change layout. The very first option, change layout. When you click on that, so you can see something on the screen, which is slide bar, spotlight. Spotlight is something you see the present window in a full screen. It is for you. And tiled. So when I click tiled, what will happen? I see everything. Means like overall there on the meeting, I can see all their boxes, all their faces. It will come on the screen, but now I cannot see that. See, because since I shared it, I cannot see that actually. So that will come on the screen by going to that change layout. You can try that. Tile you can do. Or then there's something called the full screen that will allow you to display your screen fully. The people can, this for you only again, you can do that. And the next one is the settings. Settings again to control your audio and video. That is the option. You can do it through settings. You click, you'll see that audio, video, everything, whether it's okay, something under, you can select it from there. Then turn on captions, which was informed you earlier. So when you speak something through the mic, you can see, I think most of you can see the text is coming on the screen. Whatever you give a session, you can see. So when you say something through your system mic, that will be recognized by the system, and the text you will find out in this particular place. So this is there, and finally maybe once you complete all the entire session, you can just take a snapshot of this, whatever maybe that can be used. So this is the option is available. And one more thing that that when you click here, you can see list of people are there in the meeting. When you here you can see some are there with audio. You can see with that audio, or if they are not they have muted, means you can see that mic with slash means it's muted. You can see, or sometime what will happen, we had a experience here when we conducted a session last week. Some people were disturbing, so there is a provision where you can remove them from here. So when you click on the person, there will be 3 buttons will appear. Anyone, you click on that, there will be something called pin to screen option is available. Pin to screen means like when you click on that whomever it is, that will come on the screen. So all can see that the people who is there, who pinned. And another one is the last one is there with the option, but participants cannot do anything. only the person hosting can remove them actually. When you click on that, it will ask whether you really want to remove them. Yes, you click yes, the person will go out of the session. If we find if it is too disturbance for us, so that can be done. And then I hope I have completed the session. You have anything you want to say? Also, you can say any doubt connected to this, and also the form. I think we can finish up in another 5 minutes. And we'll try inform the students to come before on time, because I know 1 or 2 staff could not join now because see, there's a thing will happen once we start the session. No, we also found but we could not find technically, but we also find that after 15 minutes is not accepting the people. And another thing is, when many are there joined and after that some people wanted to come inside, we could not admit them. Then we need to remove some people from the group, then we accept it. So that kind of confusion also will happen. So only that we must inform the students to come on time to the session. So 10:45 to 11 o'clock. So let all will come and do, or we can give a, I don't know, maybe some attendance can be taken, that also can be done. I think I may need your response now. You want to ask anything?
They'll contact you for the doubts.
Okay, so
Sir?
yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have a clarification, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you said that one G-Suite ID will be given to each department, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So, just in case, now, just for example, I just want to know if, now, for example, if Malini and I, we want to handle for 2 different classes, like first
Yes.
BCom and second BCom, classes are different, but we
Yes.
want to take the session at the same time, like 10 to 11. Is
Okay.
it possible for 2 different or 3 or 4 different people to log in using the same G-Suite ID at the same time?
See, very good question. I think there's a chances, because we can use that in 2 different systems. No, anyway, systems we are going to use it in 2 different computers. We are going to use it. I hope that there's a chances. I think you can try it, because as I said already, till now we have not tried that option. But using
Okay,
G-Suite,
sir.
using G-Suite, we can try it actually. There will be a chances.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
We can try, or maybe you can try with the same time. Maybe one day you can plan, with the same time, both of you get into the same login. You try. I think there will be a chances. You can try.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Sir, Shiva sir,
Yes, ma'am.
I've
Yes, ma'am.
asked
Please,
for
ma'am.
the attendance, how to take attendance of the students. Will it be recorded or we have to have some options or something?
Ma'am, as far as now, actually, this in this meeting tool, we are not having anything like that, but only by seeing the people. When you click on that people, there are 43. So now I can see 43 people are there in our session now.
Yes, yes.
Only by it is appearing
Based on the number.
alphabetical order. Yeah, yes, but normally it is showing it is in alphabetical order.
Okay.
And so maybe using this only we can find out, or we have to spend, maybe I don't know, we will find out, but maybe we'll spend little time to take attendance.
Okay. So manually we have to maintain, sir. Manually we
yes,
have to
ma'am.
maintain that. Oh. Okay.
Manually, that's why, ma'am. See, maybe we can ask them to respond through the chat box, by typing their name and send to us.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to try like that, ma'am.
So we have to multitask while presenting. Okay.
Yeah, yes, yes, ma'am. Like that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Okay, now,
Shiva
yes,
sir,
ma'am. Yes,
Shiva
ma'am,
sir,
please, ma'am.
I have a doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It was highly informative. And
Okay, thank you,
I
ma'am.
was trying parallelly to present. I was
Yes,
using a
ma'am.
laptop and I was
Okay.
following the steps, whatever you was telling. And
Yes, ma'am.
I have a doubt. It is asking for an option. For
Yes.
example, if I wanted to show the PowerPoint presentation, there is
Yes,
an
ma'am.
option on the dialog box, sharing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, as of now, I'm not connected with the students or any other group. So I just clicked
Okay.
sharing, and there
Okay.
is one more option, stop sharing. And
Yes, ma'am.
before, clicking stop sharing, when I
Yeah.
started sharing, it was continuing. The process was continuing. Will the students automatically will get connected? Like whomever I'm sharing the link, will they
Yes.
automatically get connected with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Will they be able to view this, sir?
Yes, yes, ma'am. See, that's why I said no. Once you present, see, now there are 50 students and you are there in the class. When you present, all can see your screen only.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But here we will also make sure that we will give a. But I think students are very good at. I don't think they'll disturb in between. But the problem
Okay.
is even they also have an option called present.
Okay, sir.
So when they start presenting, what will happen? Their screen will come here. So our screen will not show.
Okay, okay, sir. I got it. Okay.
So again, what we have to do is then again we have to go to the same place. Again we have to share. No, we have to stop and share.
Okay, stop and share. Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
This alone, maybe one more instruction we can say. We can ask the students not to share,
Not to
not to
share. Oh,
present, not to present. We can say that also.
okay, sir. Thank you
Yes,
so much, sir. Thank you.
yes, welcome, ma'am. And is there any other having any doubts?
Shiva sir,
Yes, 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 ma'am.
sir, regarding attendance, no, we can see the
Yes.
students who are in the meeting. When they leave the
Yeah.
meeting, supposing in between, during the
Yeah.
meeting, if they leave, the message will come, no, sir, like so and so is left.
Yes, yes. So that you can see simultaneously,
Yes,
in
sir.
the side you can see the one person left the meeting.
Okay.
That message you will find out there also.
Okay,
With
sir.
the number of numbers we can find, and also you can see the in between. If some are going, means you can see some is left the meeting. No? That option will come.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay. Any others are having any doubts?
Sir, excuse me. Beulah
Yes, ma'am.
Vijayarani ma'am have given
Yeah,
an
yeah, yes,
option on the chat box.
yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she has given an idea like we can create an attendance form
Yes, ma'am.
and share it on the chat box so that the students can give attendance or something like that.
Google form for attendance can be sent into the chat box.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think
Yes.
if ma'am is
Yes.
sharing that, it will be nice. Like,
Locate that form like that. Can we send them?
Okay. Yes, yes. See, that's why I said no. But every day, yeah, yes, yes, it's a good idea. No, every day, what you can do is, in case we want the data to be stored in our, system, one
okay,
form
sir.
can be. Yes, I think ma'am is good. I think one form can be created with a very simple, fields. That name of the student, no date, date, name of the student,
Okay.
and what else? No, this is in the beginning. This is in the beginning.
Begin now at the end, not at the beginning.
No.
The
Yeah, yes.
subject also could be added because different teachers will be taking attendance.
But no. This is something like I am thinking now. The beginning of the class, we create only one form. In the beginning, we just
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Sir, you are able to hear me?
Hello, sir.
Ma'am, sir's audio is off. Ma'am. Sir's audio is off.
Shiva sir. Sister Selvi.
Hello, sir. You're able to hear me?
We can hear you, Beulah ma'am.
Oh, so if he also listens, it will be easy to clarify.
Yeah.
This attendance sheet should be sent at the end of the class, sir, to avoid students to go in between.
Yes, it's
That is what some sessions which I attended, they used this method. They sent the link for attendance at the end of the session.
very nice idea, ma'am.
So automatically, it will be recorded in an Excel sheet.
Okay, like how we did our feedback.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Because now we don't know much, we don't need much feedback from the students. We need attendance, but so in that case, you can use that. I think so. This is my idea, but because
Very nice
manually creating everything now is really difficult. So if it is stored somewhere with the date and time, it will be good.
Nice, ma'am.
Shiva sir?
Type it to him, ma'am, chat box. Shiva sir. Thank you for your suggestion, ma'am. Nice.
Thank you, thank you.
Ma'am, are we moving out? Is the meeting over?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. I think if there's no doubt, means we can end up, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Beulah ma'am was talking to sir.
Okay, and ma'am.
Okay,
Any
I cannot hear you, sir.
or will wind up?
It's a
No. We are a little distracted now. Some technical problem. A little bit.
okay. Thank you so much, Shiva sir and team.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for all your support, because we will also inform you regarding the next session. There is to see now the registration form is created, and then we have started the session also over, and the next one is giving the certificate to the participants.
Okay.
So this will be handled by Sharmila madam
Okay.
Okay, sir.
on next Wednesday.
Oh, next Wednesday.
By Wednesday, the session will be next Wednesday. The same, the timing will be same, 11 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
So before that, we can try. All of us can try with our own students, or maybe with the department. Something we will try in this, and we will try with all the options. So
Yes,
that we can next we will see how the e-certificates to be generated using the feedback data.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Shiva sir, I have a small doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we use a
Please, ma'am.
laptop without a camera? Is it possible to give a presentation without a camera if I have a laptop?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
how is
See,
it,
in laptop, we don't have this video, no? Camera is not there.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem, because we are not particular about video means no problem, ma'am. We can just use a laptop.
Only audio can be heard. Audio can be heard. Isn't
Only
it?
audio will come. Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Only audio will come, ma'am.
What about the presentation? I mean, the PPT and PowerPoint. If you want to present, that will be shown, or
yes, ma'am. No, everything that and all will come. Only our video will not. Only our video will not there. Instead of our video, we'll find out the first letter of our name. No, S, L. Only that will come.
Okay. Okay.
And the next is other work and all we can do, like showing the presentation or whatever work that can be done. Only our video will not come on the screen.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, Shiva sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Beulah ma'am was suggesting something. By then, your line was disconnected. She was trying to contact you.
Please, ma'am. I think, if ma'am is there, she can tell also. No?
Now she left. I don't know. I can't see her. Her thing was like we can create a link for attendance, like how we did the feedback forms during our webinar. That attendance form. Yes, sir. That attendance form could be circulated to the students by the end of the session, so that no one will leave the session in between, the class in between. So
yes, ma'am.
She suggested that. Beulah ma'am suggested that. Yeah.
It's good idea, ma'am. That's why we can use some our own ideas, no? Or we can inform the students the link will be circulated anytime. Anytime in the class, so they won't leave. We say at the end means they may be. So our creativity. So we will say in between vacancies.
Okay, that's also.
So that also can be.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your patience.
Our idea is to make the people to stay.
Yeah.
The class.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
night